Well, okay. Well, George, here we are in Germany, and the George OGHANI chant's been ringing out again. How much have you enjoyed playing?
It's been great. It's been really good tournament. Nice to see a few lads I haven't seen for years and years, and we've all had just a great time.
And at 52, 53, you put a lot of them to shame. You're in pretty good shape.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying my best to keep a bit of fitness, and it's just been a really good time. You know, really good time, really good tournament.
Your pal Glenn says you play 2 or 3 times a week and do a bit of running as well, so you obviously
well,
look after
yeah,
yourself.
I try to look after myself. You know, nothing serious, but you know, maybe 6-a-side in the local Manchester leagues and whatever.
And the touch is still there, so a couple of good goals.
Yeah, that's
you never
right.
lose that.
Yeah, I've been lucky. Right place, right time.
Yeah,
that's right. So it's been good.
Talk about Burnley, George. Obviously, you started the hard way at Hyde United, banged in a lot of goals. You'd been at Sheffield United at Bury. When you were at Hyde, did you think maybe your chance had gone Football League wise, or did you always back yourself that you'd get the breakthrough and another chance?
Well, you hope you're going to get another chance. You don't know, do you? Just hope somebody spots you. You get another opportunity, and like I say, you get a little bit older. You're thinking you've got to take this next chance. It might be your last. So yeah, I got lucky.
I mean, Burnley at the time weren't in a great place, but still a fairly big name. So how chuffed were you to join the Clarets?
Yeah, that's right. Well, I'd been at Bolton for a couple of years, and things weren't going as well at the end. So you're thinking maybe it's a fresh start, and it was such a great club, Burnley. Thinking now, yeah, give it a go, and it worked out well for maybe Brian Miller.
Yeah, what was it like going into the club at the time? Because the season before, obviously, they had the near miss, and this other club had hit its lowest ebb. When you went in that summer, was it a case of we're not going to let this happen again, or did it feel like a bit of a club reborn? What was the sort of feeling? Can you remember?
Yeah, I can remember really well. It was down to Brian Miller. He was so positive about things, and he said this isn't going to happen again, and we're doing this, and the guy was just dragging the place up by his bootstrings basically. He was saying, look, we've had such a close shave here. I just don't want it to happen. We need some new players in, and let's see where we go. So he was so positive about things, and it just rubs off in him. You could see he was where he was going with it.
And that was, I suppose, the rebirth of Burnley in some ways, wasn't it?
That's right.
And particularly Wembley. What were your recollections of that cup run?
Well, it just seems to be our day. Sometimes when they almost like you think yes, things are going well. We like I say, it just seemed to flow. The games came along. All of a sudden you're in the semi-finals, and before you know it, you're thinking, we've got half a chance here. And then obviously the Preston away game really sealed it for us. So yeah, it was.
I think that was a memorable night from supporters who were at Preston, weren't they? And presumably it was the same for the dressing room afterwards.
That's right. Local game, rivals, and backs against the wall, plastic pitch. You name it. It was all against us.
Yeah.
They put the coaches to Wembley, got the suits sorted, and we're like, right, they must be confident. And they were a good side at the time. They had some good players. So for us to go there and win, it was a great achievement at the time.
And how good was Wembley? I mean, sadly didn't win on the day, but 2 great clubs at Wembley, and the support was incredible for that competition, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just so frustrating when you get to Wembley and you're thinking, you've got to win, and then you don't. Damn. But in the circumstances, it gave the guys at Burnley, a little bit more optimism for the future. After such a bad time the year before, it was almost like there's light at the end of the tunnel, and we can go on from here, sort of thing. And it's so it was a good start for them to give them a day out, and the whole razzmatazz of Wembley and filling the place to the rafters, unbelievable.
What was it like playing there, George? I mean, it was every footballer's dream, presumably.
Yeah. Well, I've said many a times, one of my proudest moments there. It just makes you feel 10 foot tall, your chest is bursting, you're so proud. Everything about the place is just unbelievable, and I'll never forget that as long as I live. Just unbelievable.
So I've got the medal somewhere?
Can you lay hands on that? I'll give it my son.
Have you?
He's got it, yeah. So yeah, we kept all the stuff, but it's just an amazing weekend.
So the club had to wait a few years to get promoted and start climbing the leagues again, but do you feel that was the start of it? And obviously you were involved at that point.
It's such a big club when you look at it, traditional club, and you're thinking there weren't anywhere near where they should have been, and now that obviously playoffs, trying to touch the playoffs and promotion and the Premier League is where they should be, You know, you can't say, oh, they should be in the Premier League every year, because it's a tough gig that, you know, really is tough with so many big teams, with the money, not just a fan base, but with absolute fortunes. So, you know, for Burnley to make the Premier League and to be thereabouts, that's, you know, it's a great achievement.
You were a bit of a cult figure, the fans loved you, and you had this chant, and you know, you had a good strike rate there as a player. You
I did okay, you know,
yeah.
I think I'd say I tried, I did alright, you know, I had a good time at Burnley, like I say, scored a few goals, and you know, I had a chance, so you know, what could you want, you know?
Yeah.
You know, and I think a lot of the guys who, when I was playing, they were young guys. Now they're going into the 40s and 50s. So it's a case of, well, I was the guy at the time after the Orient game, who was there scoring a few goals. So you know, that's why I think I remembered. You know, at the time.
Most people have been through Burnley, obviously, naturally in a footballer's career, have a lot of clubs, but Burnley seems to stay with a lot of people. You know, a lot of people look back at it very fondly, don't they?
Yeah, it's just the guys down at that ground are so passionate about the place. You know, they don't mess about. They really are, you know, good supporters of the club. You know, they do, you know, you can feel it. You know, when people talking to people around Burnley and the supporters, you know, they don't mess about. They really are passionate, and it just rubs off, and you know that, you know, that this is a proper football club.
You moved on yourself, George, when you went to play Stockport and Scarborough and Carlisle in the Football League, and then Cyprus, you were telling me, so you still went on and had an enjoyable career?
Yeah, like I say, as a kid, you want to play football, got paid £2 bob every week, right? that was when you got £2 bob a week, and you were grateful for it, you know. Hopefully if we played now, 30 years later, you know, it's like, hey, you know, I just wanted to be a professional footballer as a kid. You know, you get your knockbacks, so you're not good enough, you're not this, you're not that, and you just got to keep going, and hopefully your dream will come true, you get on the pitch, and it did. And I just thought, well, when I got there, I thought, this is the opportunity now, this is what you've waited for, you know, grab it with both hands, and that's what I did. You always look back and think, oh, I could have done a bit more, maybe I'd have one less lager here, or one less pint there, or one, you know, this and that, and I wish I'd have done this, but hey, that's life.
Yeah, I think most players of your generation, they say the money obviously, but probably wouldn't swap it in some respects. You know, the lifestyle, you wouldn't have to go out to work tomorrow. That's but as you say, most people look back and think they had not a bad time really.
Yeah, and I've met some characters on the way, made some friends, and you know, the memories you've got, you can't buy them. You know, so yeah, you know, think, oh, the money would be great, and this and that. And you know, you don't have to worry about paying your mortgage every week and paying the bills. Like when, you know, did you have enough to pay the mortgage when I was playing? But hey, that was the way it was, and I wouldn't swap it, because the guys I played with, the top guys. Yeah,
and you just had nice to have a little bit of a taste of it again this weekend, just to mingle again with
yeah, it's been like old times. It's been unbelievable. Wow, what a good weekend it's been. So well organised, so well run, and everything about the place has been so professional. It's been brilliant.
Well, it's great to see you again, George, and thanks so much for your time.
No worries at all. No worries.
Brilliant. Thanks, George.
Thanks.